pick, my song I'm gonna play is called "I Will Follow You" by Chris Tomlin, and I've kind of added my own kind of swing to it. So this song is like really special to me because like it really speaks to me. I'm an EMT currently right now, and I'm also in paramedic school, so it can be really tough on some shifts where a lot of things are happening. And so, I've had a couple of shifts where they're really high intense situations and multiple blue codes, so patients going into cardiac arrest, being clinically dead, and us having to resuscitate the patient and stuff like that. And whenever I go into those kind of like scenarios, I'm always just, muscle memory has trained me to, do the algorithms that we're trained to do. And, later on it can be really tough. You do your job and, sometimes you're not able to, resuscitate the patient. So as, first responders, like a lot of us like kind of really have our own way of coping with that, especially like with what we see every single day. There's some scenarios. There was like a shift, a 12-hour shift that I was doing, that I was unable to resuscitate a patient, and that actually was really hard on me. And it was a back-to-back 12-hour shift, and the next 12-hour shift, at the end of my 12 hours, we had another patient that came in. And so whenever I'm in that kind of mode, whenever I'm doing CPR on the patient, thank you, I'm always like praying to God. Like I always do like a quick prayer, because it's it can be really tough. But like I just as a EMT, as a first responder, like I really want to save this guy's life. So I'm going to try my best. And God, if you can help me out, and please like allow this person to us to bring him back in, because he has a family, he has friends. And so it was one particular shift where it's just really, really hard, really crazy, just left and right, back-to-back calls. And we were into one call where, at the end of our shift, where this patient was in cardiac arrest, so we were just, the whole team and us just got ready. We were starting to do CPR and putting up an effort on the patient and getting intubating the patient, doing an airway. I remember we were doing like a couple sets of compressions, and we had no pulse, nothing. And so this patient is clinically dead. And so I was up, I was doing chest compressions, and I just remember like praying really hard to God, like God, please, like I know this situation is really like dark and it doesn't look good for this patient, but I'm like asking you, Lord, can you please help me out? Please bring this patient back in. So I was doing my 2 minutes of compressions, and just in my mind, just praying. And so this patient was in really serious critical condition, and we were able to bring him back. After I was able to do my 2 minutes, I checked the pulse, and we had a pulse in the patient. And so that was like really like it's like, it feels good. There's some instances where you can't always resuscitate, bring a patient back, but when a patient is clinically dead and you resuscitate the patient, like it just feels really, really good. Like you did your job, and that that patient now is able to see his friends and family again. The friends and family were able to see him again as well. So that was just it was a really hard shift. And at the end of that shift, when I was able to do that, after like the previous shift, I had a failed resuscitation. It felt really good, and I just thank God. At the end of that shift, I picked up my guitar and played this song, and it's really powerful. Like it really speaks to me a lot, and I hope you guys enjoy the song as well.
Amen.
Amen.
Yeah. Not working.